Ladies and gentlemen and Richmond fans, welcome back to the mid-season review of the Richmond Football Club season thus far. I'm recording this just before our round 14 game against the Hawthorn Football Club, where I do think we'll win. It's Dustin Martin's 300th. What a man. This week will be a full celebration of what that guy has done for our club. Made us into what we are. Arguably the greatest player in our generation, my generation. Arguably the greatest big game player of all time. Arguably the greatest finals player of all time. I think definitely the greatest finals player of all time. 3 times Gary Ayres award winner. Greatest grand final player of all time. 3 non-Smiths, no one's done it. Done it all. But this is not about Dustin Martin. It's about the season, the Richmond Tigers we have had thus far. I've gone to quite a few games this season, and unfortunately, I'm yet to see a win, because I missed out on our first win, and obviously our second win was in Adelaide. We start off the season against Gold Coast. Damien Hardwick, we got pretty well dominated, 99 to 60 points. The next game was fantastic. Went to this game, went to the next as well. 86 to 81, Carlton beat us. 92 to 122, Port Adelaide beat us. We get our first victory against the Swans, 82 to 77. 60 to 67, we just got defeated by St Kilda in Adelaide. Now, that was a good game to watch. And then the season started going downhill, and quite badly. 109 to 70 points. We got dominated by the Eagles by 39 points. We played well against Melbourne in the Anzac Day game, but we lost by 43 points, 42 to 85. Fremantle killed us at home. That was not a good watch, 49 to 103. An even worse watch, 42 to 133. The Dogs won by 91 points. That is 3 home games in a row lost. And then we pretty much hit rock bottom against the Brisbane Lions at the Gabba, 163 to 44. We come back the week after at Dreamtime. This was also a fantastic game to go to. I thought it was frustrating we didn't get a result, but we played really well nonetheless. 74 to 86, we lost by the 12 points. We go to Geelong, to GMHBA Stadium. We play fantastically. I was so proud of that performance. Arguably the most proud I've been at the boys, apart from the next game. We still lost by 30 points, 99 to 69, but we played fantastically the first 3 quarters. And then we got our second victory against the Adelaide Crows, an upset, one of the best upset wins. In fact, both our victories have been complete upsets against Sydney and Adelaide, away from home in Adelaide Oval. 71 to 79, we won by 8 points. And that's pretty much it. We've got Hawthorn, we've got Carlton, Fremantle, the Giants, Port Adelaide, Collingwood, North Melbourne, St Kilda, Hawthorn again, and Gold Coast in the following weeks. So we're going to talk about mid-season, how we have done. Now, it's a little bit past mid-season. Let's move past that. Currently, we are in second last. We've only won the 2 games, obviously, with a percentage of 64.9. Now, I believe in 2010, it was the last time I think we finished second last. Let's talk about 2010. We finished second last. Our percentage was 73. So our percentage is a lot worse this season. Some of those big defeats have been really bad. The fact of the matter is, we need to win at least 2 games to get over the Eagles, because our percentage is like 8 worse. And we should be fine unless North win more than 2 games to not come last. And like, I've been seeing some Richmond fans, I know some Richmond fans who want to come last for that draft pick, but I don't think that reads well. I don't want to get that wooden spoon accolade to our name. It's embarrassing. It's not who we are. Second last, fine, but just not dead last. I don't see us finishing dead last. I think we have that ability once our players come back to jump into 16th, because I think West Coast are overperforming. But anything past that, not at all. I think we're pretty much solid bottom 3 regardless of what happens and who comes back, etc, etc, etc. We're going to talk about some of our best players now. I'm going to use a mix of the eye test and statistics. The eye test, I think our best players have been Nick Vlaston. He's been on fire in the back line. The amount of defensive injuries we've had, Grimes, Gibkiss, Tyler Young, I mean, so many injuries in that back line, and I think because of Nick Vlaston, we have held somewhat firm. Noah Bolter as well has been injured throughout, but we've seen when he goes to the back line, he is just, him and Nick Vlaston are phenomenal. Our back line has been pretty good this season. Dan Rioli's continued a great season, although the speculation will go. Liam Baker, Jaden Shaw, because they're not in the midfield and they're playing the back line, they're really good. I think we've had great contributors early on the season. Tyler Young obviously got injured. It's up in the forward line in the midfield. We've rarely struggled really, really badly, and it's not a good read for us. Nate Curves has also been really good. I forgot to mention him. Nate's probably been our only good midfielder, but he's a ruckman. Taranto's been good when he's not been injured. Hopper had a good game before he got injured. Obviously, Shea Bolton's been pretty impressive. I think he's had a really good season. Shea Bolton is our leading goal kicker with 19 goals currently. Kelts Lafau, he's obviously down his ACL, but he has 14 goals. Great fighting from us, but unfortunately, another ACL. Sucks. Dustin Martin's had a decent season, I've thought. I've been quite impressed with the likes of Thompson Dow. Howard's found his feet under Adam Uze. I've been impressed with Seth Campbell. Kane McAuliffe as well. Some of the youngsters are looking bright, and that's pretty rare with Richmond. I feel like we have a lot of poor players. Tom Brown in the defensive line as well, I think is a really exciting prospect. So they're the exciting prospects pretty much. Thompson Dow's actually leading our clearances with 49 clearances. Our leading disposal getter is Dan Orioli, quite heavily dominating that. I think they've all been the good plays. The frustrating plays are Noel Cumberland and Jacob Kaczynski. We obviously signed Kaczynski from Hawthorn. I was told by many Hawthorn mates he's useless and he's not looking that great. So it's a little bit frustrating that he's not picked up anything. We've literally been forced to play him through injury. He was still in the VFL when we had a super injured team. He has jumped back a little bit. We've experimented him, but I think at the end of the day, our defence is fine. You know, we've got Bolter back there. We need the forwards. We've got no tall forwards, no Lynch, no Lafau, and he's just not been good enough up forward. That is what it is. A funny stat I want to look at is frees against. Marlon Pickett has 24 free kicks against him and 6 free kicks for. I don't know why I'm looking at that stat, but I think that's quite funny. And we talk more about the scoring problem. Pickett as well has kicked 3 goals, 9 points, so really inaccurate. That's just not good enough, quite simple. We talk about goal assists. Shea Bolton's leading our goal assists with 9. Dustin Martin's got 8. Score involvement, Shea Bolton. So Shea Bolton is our main guy up forward. Tim Taranto, in his very few matches played, has been really impressive going forward as well. Contested marks I want to look at. Average marks, Kaczynski averages 2 contested marks a match. Is that good enough? I'm not so sure. And marks on lead, Kaczynski averages none. No marks on lead. Now that is also an issue with the midfield delivering the football. It's been a struggle. It's been a fucking struggle, that's for sure. But I'm looking forward to the season coming. Like I said, injuries. Tom Lynch has been injured all season. Prestia, injured, comes back for a game, does his calf, does his hammy. Soft tissue injury. So frustrating all the time. Hopper as well, he came back, he looks phenomenal, got injured again. Marlon Pickett's currently injured with a calf. Maurice Rioli Jr., forgot to mention him. I thought he's been a really bright spark for our team, and he gets injured with an ankle injury, out for a couple months. Jack Ross looked alright, out with a foot injury for quite a lot of months. Dylan Grimes, Liam Fawcett also injured. Mate Kalina, the ruckman, although we don't really need him. Talk a little bit about Samson Ryan. He's been frustrating too. Thought he would start to progress, but if anything, he's not progressed at all. Like I said, Kelts has got the knee for the season, ACL, as does Tyler Young. Sam Naismith had that one okay game, but he never really looked like he would fit in alongside Nate Curvis. And he's unfortunately done his knee and his career's probably over. Gibkiss as well. And then Judson Clark, who was a lively small forward for us under Damien Hardwick. He has got the injury as well. So they are just, some of those injuries are horrific, absolutely horrific. And to be honest, I don't know what we're meant to do about that. You just gotta, what are the medicos doing? What are the fucking physios doing? One last thing I want to look at is points for, points against. We have conceded 1,300 points, 70 more than West Coast. So that whole thing about our defense being great, maybe it's not so good. Points scored, 844. We're not kicking enough points, we're not scoring enough. Bish bash bosh, you do the maths. But it is what it is, and we'll move forward. Thanks for watching. Keep it Dusty 300. Come on the fucking Tigs.